Ну что ж, у меня в студии целых 3 гостя. 3. И одна из них очаровательная девушка.
I have three guests in the studio, and one is a beautiful girl, and I'm happy. I'm lucky about Anna Ogorodnik. Hello, Anna. Oleg Ivanov. You know him. Hello, Oleg. And of course, Alexei.
Привет. Фамилию забыла.
Hello, hello. I forgot your last name. Yes, Lobzin, Alexei Lobzin. Well, at the end of the day, I'm already forgetting everything. But by the way, I would like to give you a compliment. We together in the beginning of the day, we've been discussing what number of inaccessible, inadmissible, unique events, inadmissible, unique events our attackers can realize. Which number you gave us? 30. And you were right. They were able to achieve this number, by the way, in the remaining hours. And I don't know how they've done it. You know, you predicted it pretty well. Well, we have not been judging up. No, no, no. We have not been helping them, irrespectively to the fact that we've been together with the organizers. We have not been judging up. As many they got, that's how many they've got. You know, it's all sudden. Yeah, absolutely.
Тащить,
By accident. You know, have they been trying to pull somebody? Have the teams been trying to
не знаю,
pull in?
можно ли вас надуть.
I don't know, or whether it's possible to lie to you.
Надуть нас.
No, listen, of course. Well, it's almost impossible to lie.
31
And I would like to say that event number 31 was on the threshold of the unique. The guys from Code By, they were able to replace the picture on the video screen. They were ready, the video was coming, but they were not able to send the report. Basically, this
Хотя они его
is not possible, even though they were able to realize it. You know, the risk is not considered without the report. Yes, it's not. Oh my God, what can we do about that?
Выиграли?
Have they won? Have they won?
Да. Ты споришь?
Yeah, they have won. You're spoiling with the back efforts. Code by team has won. Have they submitted all these reports? Our defenders, I don't know what else was left for them in the stock, but until the final second, they've been sending reports of the risks which were realized during the final minutes. They had very quickly investigated the risks, minimal time, 1 hour and 13 minutes. Zone team have been investigating this risk on their object in 1 hour and 13 minutes. And was it a complicated risk that they were investigating? Because 1 hour is very little, you know, for these guys. Yes, it's not a lot, and with consideration of the fact that the chain has several steps, our SOC is really demanding from the technique point of view, as you remember, and make it in such a way so that they would accept this report in 1 hour and 13 minutes. You know, it's almost a fantasy, you know. Anya, can you tell me, please, what are your impressions from today's standoff, from the final one? Of course, all the organizers are really happy. They breathe out, you know, taking their out, and, you know, we're happy that we're able to realize, hackers were realize inadmissible event in the industrial one, and Alexei was speaking about it. You know, I'm sorry about it. Stoppage of the oil production facility. Yeah, that was really cool. And you know, the same, it was stoppage of not only the oil, but also the airport, fueling station. Everything was shut down, and visitors in airports are sitting, they cannot fly away. Oh my God, this is a full collapse. We're happy that it happened. It was an objective of the standoff, industrial risks. Oh my God. Oleg, tell me please about attack teams, because you've been following them, you know. I'm confident that you're following them and we are behind them.
На третьем.
Who is on the second place, on the third place?
Truars.
On the second place, True Ox, yes, True Ox. On the second place, last year, they've been first. Every year they are competing with the Code By, and for them this is a long story. And as I know, guys from this team, they've been telling us that they've been one step away from realization of invisible events, which has brought them a lot of points, and they had a big strength for the next year, you know, to do it. That's why we're waiting them next year. You prohibit them to play the King of the Mountain, King of the Hill, but they decided to play the King of the Hill. They are doing it completely. Tell me, please, was there an intrigue when they've been moving around each other? They've been making bets for the winners.
мне кажется.
Well, we shouldn't make bets. What do you mean you shouldn't make any bets? You know, it's a conflict of interest. You are not judging them up. You know, you have formulated differently. Is there an attack team from which you did expect wow
На самом
effect?
деле, мне очень
Well,
нравится,
honestly speaking, I really like
ведут
the way how the in books teams are developing into the third place, the one which stands on the third place, because from year to year they are accumulating the future of standoff. They are really good. They understand how this game is working. They can give a good competition. They can become a leader for the code buy.
Есть ли у тебя любимцы?
Do you have any favorite ones? Well, we have an international team, BKDP, and we really wanted for them to realize some inadmissible events. But as Oleg said, we should judge honestly, and they were able to do that. You know, 3 or 4 were realized. You know, wonderful. Alex, what about your guys? Well, I really liked the way how the arena was distributed, Cyber Arena this time. It did happen that teams through us and Code by practically they were competing inside of the oil industry. And on this facility, one after another, they've been realizing inadmissible events, and the team involved have selected for itself city object, and they've been playing around in it. So they've shared these zones, they've changed the speed of the wheel, and there was a risk that it will run away and it will run around the city, moving everything away from their path. Well, it sounds so awful. Well, don't they find an agreement between, you know, the attackers, how they replaced all of this? Well, I think the one who got the stronghold faster, they feel much better. Can you remind me the story of the last year? Because Code by and through us last year, they have been studying the oil production, the gas industry. Yes?
в прошлом году в мае или
Don't you remember last year in May or November? In November, we had a single state. We had a single state, big one,
видела
and different model of the game. That's why
офис,
it was very difficult to do that, and not so many days. You know, a couple of days we went for the realization of inadmissible events in a scan, and last year we have completed everything and the threshold when teams have approached. So what do you think? 3 days in the course of this year we had a standoff, or 4 days? Is it enough or not enough?
Не как организаторы
Or
могут.
please don't tell it to me as organizers. They've been asking for more. I understand that you want for everything to end up right now. Yeah, organizers have been asking for less. What about defenders? Defenders also been asking for less.
Да нет,
Well, the opinions have changed. 2-1. I think everything will be less.
хочется поиграть ночью.
I think many people want to play, but this time we didn't have it, of course. We wanted to play.
Ну, мне кажется, что это такого своего рода уже ритуал был, потому
I think this is a ritual.
что был раньше только два.
PHDays previously was only 2 days.
И
And in the framework of these PHDays, it always happens that we always started from the beginning of the PHDays, and then it was ended by the end of the second day. And the older guys, they remember and they dream about it. Okay,
ну что, я коротенечко
well,
подведу.
I briefly will draw the line. So in the course of 4 days of competition in invisible events,
События были
non-admissible events were realized. Check me, you're going to be the first one. 63 times. Yes, that's right. What about you? You also have the hint. Yes, we have similar hints. The attacker team have realized that 30 unique events
заложенных в программе.
out of 100 defined in its team.
Лешей мы обсудили,
And together with Alex, we have discussed that he was expecting 30 out of 100, and he thought that it was a norm. How many of them you wanted to see? Well, we've been expecting the same amount. It's a good result from hackers that they have realized 30% from total that was defined, and we will have something for the next year or for the November.
Да, 30%.
You have the same opinion? Yes, I agree. I agree with everything that is defined here. And by the way, last November standoff attackers were able to realize 6 unique events. And by the way, if we'll compare 6 and 30, they've stepped forward. And why do you think this number happened? You know, the guys more experienced on, there's more of them.
Олег был
Well, like Oleg said, there was a different model of game.
у нас была единая
We had a single
государственная платформа.
state platform, informational system, the vector of attack was a single one from the beginning. We have to get through it, and then every office is separate. That's why there is a lot more, 5 times more. So that's you can see in results 6 by 530 and 30 unique events. So it's much more dynamic, and I think that the main dynamics was happening today. We started in the morning since 16. In the course of the day, they've realized 3 unique inadmissible events, then 11, and today
И еще 16.
happens 16 additionally.
Да,
Yes,
динамичнее,
this
скажем.
is very dynamic and more dynamic every day. 3 of you next year,
Конечно.
right?
Я не вижу
Yes.
такого.
Are you gonna participate next year? Yes, we are going to participate next year, and they are getting ready. They are preparing. We are ready.
Чуди-
Well,
А,
wonderful, beautiful.
Следующий год.
Okay, let's speak about the next year. Are we going to have any spoilers?
Наверное, каких-то не будет.
Well, we are not going to have any spoilers. In the beginning, we are going to
Испытания в этом нам.
evaluate the results of the previous year, and we're always helped.
После этого
And then, after this, we are going to think and analyze, and we'll plan infrastructure from the beginning without spoilers. And I can tell you, we are going to develop new industries. So, we are going to have the outer space. Yes, we will fly to the space. Yes, and we will put Julia's desire in our book. Yeah, I will come with the pencil. So, will you increase your team? Will you change your team?
Ребят,
Well, for our guys, possibility to participate
того
in the monitoring of whatever happens on this cyber field became a school which should be gone by anybody except for new employees. You know, guys are growing in front of our eyes. You know, in the course of 4 days, let's say
подготовки
several weeks of preparation, and people are going through the course of informational security, which you will never do through 5 years, and you will be able to see everything with your own eyes. That's why we will participate. And of course, I'm catching you for the tongue. You know, my friend, together with me in the studio, there was Alexei Lobzin from a stage company, Anna Gorodnikova from Positive Technologies company, and Igor Ivanov. Yes, Igor Ivanov. Finally, I know your last name, and right now I have to go rest. The Positive Technologies, and right now I'd like to give floor to Yaroslav Babin, who is going to draw the results of the standoff, and will award